So I had to go downstairs today. Wait a few minutes in the lobby, and as soon as I got down there, it started. There was a woman with a red jacket with the MK logo on it, and I know it's some fashion designer. I don't know if it's Michael Kors or it's something, but they used to do that a lot when I had started researching MK Ultra. They would have people come by me with this brand, with the MK, because it's an MK. That's the logo. So even though it's a fashion designer, they mean it to symbolize something else. They mean it to symbolize MK Ultra. She had her red jacket with the MK logo on it. I knew shit was gonna start. All right. Then people started coming in with Starbucks coffee, and my mom and I had been talking the other day about how I really need coffee. I had gone off it for a while, caffeine, but I needed coffee. And she says, well, why don't you just order some from Starbucks? And I'm like, no, well, we're just gonna buy, instant coffee. It's cheaper, and then I can have it every day. Right. So now, of course, they have people continuously coming in with coffee from Starbucks because referencing that. What else? And there was someone, a delivery guy who came in to bring groceries for someone. He brought the groceries, and then he turned around, stood where he was, held his phone up, the camera end toward me. Okay, no, I'm sorry, it wasn't. Or was it? His phone was kind of on an angle where I could see it a little bit, but not quite. And he flashed it toward me, and then walked off. The little bastard. These little filthy little perpetrators. They get paid to do this shit. They get paid to fuck with people. What a miserable existence. Gathering in massive groups to just to hunt, stalk, and terrorize lone targets who have no way of fighting back. We're outnumbered, outpowered, outgeared, outresourced. This is pathetic. It's a coward's war. But anyway, yeah, he did that to provoke. Then another guy came in. I don't know if it's his grandmother or his mother who lives next door, but he came in, again, the red jacket. He stalled to wait for me because he wanted to, if he couldn't get into the elevator with me, he wanted to make some references. So he stalled. He asked if he could go to the bathroom before he went upstairs, and they let him. So as I waited, out in the lobby, he was stalling like that, so that we would both be waiting by the elevator at the same time. And we'll get to that. Then another woman came in. She's made references and comments before. I know she's a perpetrator. This time she was holding a bag of food, and I think she was bringing it to someone. Her mom, maybe her mom, because she's older. The bag of food was from a restaurant I used to go to when I was a kid. It's a restaurant in the suburbs. It's not in Chicago. And I loved that place so much, and I was craving their food, even though I don't eat it anymore because I don't eat meat anymore. I was craving it so bad. And I was actually looking up a vegan version for it, for gyros. They had the best there, but I'm not going to say what restaurant it was. But a few days ago, and actually even a little before that, I was thinking about it. That restaurant popped into my mind out of nowhere, and I hadn't thought about it in years, but I started having a massive craving for it, and so that's when I started looking up vegan gyros. And anyway, so the woman walks in with bags from that restaurant, right? And in this case, I didn't even say the restaurant name out loud. I was just thinking it. Now, maybe because I started looking up vegan gyros, they understood that that's what I was thinking of because I used to go there all the time, which means they would have known, the targeting would have started when I was a child, and a teenager, and because I went there as a teenager on my own, and they would have known that then. I don't know. Anyway, so what else? What else? A bunch of things, a bunch of references to things that I said and did in the apartment. So then I walked back to the elevator, and the guy whose mom or grandmother lived, I think it's his mother because he's older too. He's around my age. His grandmother lived next door. I mean, it could be his mom, His mom or his grandmother, she's in the apartment next door. He was also wearing a red jacket. He was full red, and he was mimicking my mom's hand gestures. Before he got into the elevator, he did that. He's done that in the past too. What else? Just a bunch of things happened. A bunch of things to provoke and provoke and provoke. And they were hoping I would break down while I was down there. And I didn't. You can't flinch. And it took so much restraint not to. So now I'm tired. I had a lot to do today, and I was worn down from yesterday. And my mom, they brought her the dinner, and I warmed it up to make sure that all the germs were killed. That nobody sneezed on it, coughed on it, or if they did, there were no germs left in it. And gave it to her. She made an excuse not to eat it. She ran into the bathroom. And I'm thinking, God, please, no, I don't want to do this with her tonight. I'm too fucking tired. Not tonight. Please, God. Please, not tonight. Don't. I got so angry, I pounded my fist against the wall really hard, and then she came out because she knew I was angry. But again, I said some really mean things because she's putting me in this situation again tonight when she knows I don't want to be doing this tonight. I'm too tired. I'm too drained. It's like we have to go through the same fucking routine every goddamn fucking night. And I screamed at her, give me one fucking night without this crap. And, it sounds horrible. The truth is I love her. She's all I have in the world. I love her, and I'm afraid. And I have so much to worry about now. I can't protect her from the perpetrators. I feel like a fucking failure. And even though it's not my fault, even though I'm outnumbered, one person can't stand against this alone. And I'm not alone now. I have, now I have some friends who understand what this is like, but we are kind of alone, each of us. We need to stand together, but we're fighting the same battle on our own. And it's hard, it's hard. And then, of course, I have to deal with her pulling this too. I can't protect her from the perpetrators, and I can't protect her from herself. Now I'm so tired. I am so effing tired. I think I've cursed too much in this video. I need to pray again. Beg God to not let me fall, and then apologize for falling. And then do it all over again the next night. Peace.